Serious meat suits. Meat suits. That's what these people are. Yeah, meat suits. Finish work. Went down to the park. Thought I'd do just a quick skate. Park was empty. Feeling nice. Yep, out of the blue. One person out of the two group turns up. Guy, he's alone. He sees me. What does he do? Skates over. Fist punches me. He didn't speak to me yesterday when it was everybody together, but now it's just him, just me. Comes over, says hello. I take nothing off it. I just sit there. Then I get up, I continue my skate. Then he sits on the side, straight into his phone, texting. Another skater turns up. It's a lady skater, and this skater, a few weeks back, she was asking me what my name was, and I told her what name I go by for that, and she was like, "What does that stand for? What does that mean?" And I said, "Long story." So I goes, "Oh, what's your name?" And she said the same thing back to me. She's like, "Oh, it's this," and I goes, "What does that stand for?" She went, "Long story," and they all started laughing. And I think she was saying something about, we were talking about ages, and then she was like, I think at one point I goes, "Oh, how old do you think I was?" And she went, "Oh, 70. So she just said that. And on top of that, when we were talking about music and things, and she was like, "Oh, where I'm from, people are humble. Nobody says they make music and they DJ and they collect music." And so that woman turned up. So I just left her, just did my skate, got on my bike, and then I came back. Yeah, I wanted to jump on just to talk about how fickle and how they need big groups to make us feel powerless, to make us feel small, to devalue us, to give them this whole feeling of importance and dominance, which feeds their sense of ego. So he's there. This was the guy that was flying the drone yesterday. He's there by himself. He comes over and tries to make friends with me. If he's with all those group, he stays away doing what he's doing. Also at work today, when I was talking to you about the supervisor who was holding on to something and wanted to say something today, we had to choose, or we had to say which area we wanted to work, to do the job, to do the project on site. And he made out like I chose one area, which was like the most difficult area with the hardest configuration, with the most wiring, with the most like technical technical sort of way to set up. And the other rest of the guys had the more easier ones. And then he's like, "Oh, look, you chose the hardest one, man." He was making it out like I had chosen it when I didn't. It was him who actually gave it to me. So he's obviously looked at the whole plan, looked at what was the most complicated one, and gave that one to me. I just took it on the chin. I was like, "Oh, look, I'm happy to do more. I'm happy to do harder. I'm happy to do more complicated things. That's how you learn." So I wasn't even upset about it. It just took longer, and then I didn't finish in time. And then I'm gonna have to go back and then do some more tomorrow. But they're always trying to find ways to kind of make us feel small. And if we are so like they say we are, like worthless, rubbish, bottom of the barrel, why do they have to try to make us feel those things? Why do they have to keep fighting us indirectly, ganging up on us? Him and some other colleague that supervisor was, "Oh, you picked a hard one, man. You picked a hard one, man." And I just kept saying, "Oh, thumbs up. Oh, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it." Because even if I was annoyed, which was mildly annoyed, because I don't actually mind doing a little bit more than everyone else, you can't really show that to them. But the funny, because it's supply. But the thing about that was that we have another supervisor who's got a lot of experience. He goes around very grumpy, but that guy would not have given me that area because I'm still, gaining experience. So even though we do the same thing, you put us on an area where it's like the same job, but it's just slightly less. So you slowly sort of build up more and more technical, more ability, more expertise. You start doing more complicated things. But to throw me in the deep end and then say, "Oh, it was my fault," it just shows you how these people operate. It's just very underhanded, very sly, very back behind your back. A lot of weird things. And when I was doing the job and I was just getting on with it, doing stuff, if I had made a mistake, he would wait till the last minute to come over and correct me, so I would have to undo something and then do it the way he told me. And some of the times it was the way he had told me and it was fine, but he was always watching from a distance. So before I had actually gone down one path, he could have said, "Oh, do it this way," but he would just wait to that moment where it's like I'd put something away or I had done one other part, and then he was come and correct me. So it always made things a step more, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's just, yeah, we have to just be calm and keep our emotions in check. I'm back in the gym and doing things, so I am slightly more in control and trying to take 1 or 2 seconds before I kind of like say what's on my mind and lash out, because that's what these people want. They want us to react negatively, and we have to try not to do that. They just want supply from us. They know who we are. We know who they are now, but they know who we are, and I think we have a lot of empathy. So our reactions, but we're always also truth tellers. So when people wrong us, we like to kind of explain or talk about it and go over it. But we have to start sort of use this season to just take it to God. And if people feel that they want to, isolate us or gang up on us, let's let them do it. They're ganging up on us because they know that they can't go against us by themselves. They have to, gather their friends and their cronies to make us feel small because they can't do it themselves. I even remember when he shouted at me last week, soon afterwards, he went to another person and started talking about it, and it's just on and on. And he's quite not that tall. And today, another colleague was on another site, called another colleague to speak about the site we were on, and not call him. And he made one comment like, "Oh, look, why is he calling you for? I'm the governor. He's calling you like you're the governor." And then we all laughed and we looked at each other like, "You're not the governor." It's funny because when you are someone and you have authority in work, and it shows. And he does have expertise, but he doesn't bring it out in the way which people can say that's the right way. Everything's very forced. It's very like shouting. It's very, yeah, it's not done in a kind of calm and collected, self-assured way. Like if I stay and I get to that level, when I do things, it'll be all calculated, planned, and set out the right way, and no mistakes. And also, people will kind of gather from my body language and my demeanor, my position. It won't be so much like shouting and bossing people around and correcting at every second and trying to make people feel bad. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I wanted to put that down there today because they're always doing this, taking things, "Oh, do it this way. Oh, why do you do it that way? Oh, try and do it this way." But really and truly, even though I'm happy to go of his way, and his way may be seen the right way, there is no right or wrong in certain things that we do. Sometimes it's just about making sure it's tidy and it's presentable and it works, because, it's a new installation, so there shouldn't really be any issues for now. So we just have to do things in a uniform way for now, and hopefully we get to the same goal at the end, which we always do, so it's not a problem. But yeah, keep trying to ignore these people and not give them any emotion supply. And yeah, I just wanted to jump on again because I was really up a little bit, had a bit of a charge yesterday's outing, and today was nicer that when I went down to the park, nobody was there, so I got a nice time to drill and practice and just do things my own and not feel any energy. And right towards there, the lady who sort of slept with the guy I know and she's going out with another skater, she turned up, and I was happy to just exit peacefully because I don't. I think one of the good things is that we can also choose times and kind of avoid certain scenario situations, and also stay away from people who may have like a bit of dark things going on as well, and try our best to stay positive, keep going. Peace.